Hello everyone, my name is Jin. I'm from University of Melbourne. For most of the main thing I came here is to learn the rest of the world how to use EasyBuild. We start use the research computer servers at University of Melbourne. We start use EasyBuild since 2016. Before that, we manually install that and then create the batch script for every software we install. We find that's a night dream. And then after that, after we start to use EasyBuild, the first 2 months is just to get used to the recipe. But now it's perfect. So EasyBuild is used for our HPC named Spartan, which include 119 cloud node and 116 CPU node and 85 GPU node, which mixed with P100 and V100. After use a while the EasyBuild, we find we create too much toolchain, like GCC 4, GCC 6, and GCC 8, and then also the Intel one. And then every time when we have the request, we just randomly pick the one which we think is most easy for us. So it's end with lots of software compiled with different toolchain. So at the end, we decide to use the Spartan GCC, which is the same as the fourth one, but it's more meaningful for the user. And then we create another one is Spartan Inter, which doesn't use the IMPI, and we replace the IMPI to OpenMPI because the IMPI we have a problem with the UCX and the Rocky. So that's why we have our own toolchain. That's happened in 2018, and then just before my holiday, which is end of 2019, we improved the EasyBuild with the hierarchy. So that's the milestone we have. So looking here, this is our old building system, which include like 1,000 software. As you can see, the suffix is very mess, and now we have the new building system, which have the hierarchy like GCC, which one is compiled with GCC and OpenMPI, and which one is GCC, and then GCC CUDA, that kind of things. So compare the old one to the new one. The old one, we have installed like 1,000 plus applications, and the new one because we just start end of last year, so only have 200. The version is different, and then we use the name scheme for the new one. And currently, if you log into Spartan, you still see the old structures. That's because lots of users depend on the old one, but for the existing software, we just stay what it is, and for the new request, we are going to install that for our new system. So here is some main things for the main change for the new system. The EasyBuild version has been changed, and then we use Red Hat 7.7 and Python 2.7. We use the name scheme, but because we find out the lowercase is much more easier for the researcher, so we have the scheme called hierarchy lowercase MNS, and which that can convert all the capital case to the small case. And because we still have lots of node which only have AVX2. So that's why we add this line to the easyconfig file to stop to use AVX 512 everywhere. Once we replaced the AVX2 and then replace that to the AVX 512, so we will comment out this line. And we also changed the master control DLU and the master DLU to meet our request. And for the Python, the problem is for the Python because lots of user request the Python package with the special version, so which is a little bit hard for us. So now we designed that we install first we install the Python with the EasyBuild upstream. So which that include the basic Python packages, and then we install the Python Bell one, which which doesn't have any package on it, and then we encourage user to install them by themselves, which we think it's much more easier for them and all. So, so that's the challenge for us, but most of them are question for everyone here. So as the EasyBuild, currently we only have like EasyBuild group, who in that group can install EasyBuild. So my question is, does an assigned encourage user to install EasyBuild by themselves, or it's just like...
Yeah, we have this in Ghent where we have researchers installing additional software on top of what we provide centrally in their own account. Either packages that only make sense for them, or licensed software that we cannot install centrally, or applications that they patch themselves, so they make changes in the code and they recompile, and it's their changes, so it doesn't make sense to have it centrally. We have things like this, and sometimes people even they write the easy configs for us. So rather than submitting an install request, they open a ticket with an easy config file and attachment, and they tell us, please install this centrally. So they're taking over our work, which is good. It is very good. Yeah. We have people that send us pull requests to the easy config.
But does they have permissions to install globally, or they just install in their home directory?
They test the easy config file in their home directory, and when it works, they give it to us, and we install it centrally.
Okay. So that's good.
So you may not be aware, but there's features in EasyBuild to support this, right? Especially in the hierarchy and things like that. It makes sense, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So there are features there that allow you to have both, the two things living side by side.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And the Python and R package, are you guys update very frequently? Or it's just like once a year, or?
As there are new versions, so
you update.
We have an R package that has all our packages we can install, but we only update those when there's a new R version.
Oh, okay.
And if users require newer versions of packages, then we have them install them in their own local.
Okay. Cool.
Or if another module requires a newer version of an R package, then it has its own R libraries installed.
But that's only happened when the user asks, right?
When the user asks, or when the software requires it, yeah.
Okay.
And also automatically when there's a new version of R. So everything gets, when there's a new version of R, there's a new R packages module created that installs whatever versions of the R packages are available at the time.
Okay, cool. Thank you. And
for within EasyBuild itself in the central repository, we do 2 toolchain updates each year, 2019A, 2019B, and typically we have a Python update, and all the Python packages get updated in that window as well. So about every 6 months, we pick up new versions.
Okay.
At least, well, that's what we do, even without users asking us, we will do this for R, for Python, for Perl. And then, based on user requests, if we get requests for the latest version of NumPy, we install it on top as a separate module. Or
Okay, cool. Thank you. And another one is, are you guys going to use Intel Python? This is because the Intel guy comes to us and then said the Intel Python is much more faster than GCC version of Python. So so I was wondering if
No, I don't think it's true. But for their benchmarks that they're
they
using.
present some like pictures shows that how faster they going compared to the GCC one. But
Intel is very good with showing benchmarks.
So we did. I don't remember all the results, but some of the guys might. I mean, we did extensive benchmarking on this in Jülich, and it was down to something in the. It was only when like something in any MKL, right? That was
As long as they're using
one thing in
MKL,
MKL that was faster. But if you use an MKL, then you would get that anyway. So.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I actually talked to a guy in Intel and I helped him install SciPy from source with Intel compilers because they couldn't figure it out, and we were doing it for 5 or 6 years.
Okay. Okay.
So Intel puts a lot of time and effort into Intel Python, and it's better than the system Python you get through RPMs, or it's better than Conda because everything is built with Intel.
Okay.
But compared to what EasyBuild installs Python and all the packages with Intel and Intel NKL as well, so it's pretty much on par in terms of performance.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. And another one is how are you guys dealing with CUDA? Like the CUDA always update like from 8, 9 or 10. Are you update quite frequently, or you just stick on one version and just running all the software depending on that version?
Yeah, we don't have a lot of experience with this in Ghent yet, but the CUDA updates are supposed to be drop-in replacement, right?
So it started from CUDA 10. CUDA NVIDIA has split the deployment of the driver and the toolkit, right? So you can have multiple toolkits with the same driver, as long as there's some compatibility there. So what we do at CS at least, we have some, not several, but have 1 or 2, sometimes 3 toolkits installed that are compatible with the given driver that you have in the system.
Okay.
And then you install software based on that toolkits. But in general, we stick to one, so we don't like have. We benchmark, and then what's the fastest for that application, we install that. In general, we just have one per application.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we have 8, 9, 10, and we just keep updating. So how about the TensorFlow? And what's the best way to install the TensorFlow?
From source?
Oh no.
Actually, pretty much the only good way to install TensorFlow on a HPC system is from source, because you got all the dependencies on the existing CUDA, CUDIN, and MPI, and so on. Well, MPI not so much anymore with TensorFlow 2 because they kicked it out. But yeah, basically you want to have your module dependencies which TensorFlow links against. So you got to compile it from source.
Okay, good.
EasyBuild does that for you. Yeah.
We have an easy block for TensorFlow which compiles from source.
Yeah. I think we use that one, but the problem is, in my memory, we can't make that work for the MPI. Not sure why, but maybe we have another node.
Yeah, you should show us what goes wrong. And
yeah.
There was an issue that popped up like last week because TensorFlow is importing MPI for Pi. So then that can cause problems, right, if you run that outside of an MPI environment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but at least you won't have MPI problems with TensorFlow 2 anymore, because TensorFlow 2 doesn't use MPI anymore. So
Okay.
it's not necessarily better, because now you only have nickel or whatever they use for interconnect on multiple nodes, or you just rely on Horowitz to do distribution. So the easy blocks work quite well, and they even work on power. So give it a try.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Thank you. And the last one is question for the.
Just,
can you-
if I may interrupt you for a second, if
Yeah.
you have a lot of trouble installing TensorFlow using the main repository, alternatively, you can use the easy config that we provided CSS. That's very good to install TensorFlow.
Okay. How can we get it? Is it public?
It's on GitHub, yeah.
It's on, okay, cool. That's good.
Yeah, if you go to EasyBuilders, the GitHub organization, we have a fork or a mirror of the CSCS,
Okay, cool.
so you can easily find it.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. And another one is for you. The last one is for you. Lev, my colleague asked you a question.
Shifting EasyBuild scripts to Bash shells, I don't understand the question.
Yeah, he sent me a message this morning and then asked me to, pass this on to you. So.
Because of the Python 2, Python 3 stuff? Or, no? No, I think he's joking around. I know Lev. I think he's joking around. He's trying to trigger me to say things.
Yeah, I think so. But anyway, thank you, thank you everyone for all the suggestions.
Thank you very much, Lynn.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question quickly?
Oh yeah, sorry. Oh.
I didn't quite understand why you needed another toolchain, because it looks very similar to the first toolchain, right?
Oh yeah. That's because lots of user doesn't know what's force mean, so that's why we give another meaningful name for the force toolchain.
Oh, so you just changed the name, that's all.
Yeah.
If I might make a suggestion there. You don't need to do it like that. You could give an alternative module name, so you could keep the FOSS name internally for your people, and so that would be easier for you rather than have to modify everything that comes through EasyBuild. So you can just change the module name with something called modalt soft name, or something like that. There's a setting there to allow you to have a different module name.
Yeah. Okay.
So that might be easier than, for no other reason than just having a different name, maintaining a different toolchain.
Okay.
You don't need to do that.
Yeah. But because of the Intel one, we need the OpenMPI instead of the IMPI.
There is
So
an
this one-
IOMKL. There's already something there.
there is. Yeah. I saw that.
Yeah.
So,
Or there's another alternative in LMOD, right? You can just tell LMOD to say something else, right? I think. Can't you do a mapping? Yeah. I think even in LMOD you could just say, report this as that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make aliens.
Yeah, an alias, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.